I welcome all of you viewers to this video on Speak Fluently, Learn Actively. Here you can see there are two units. One is to speak fluently. For all those of you who send comments and who have been struggling to speak, for many months or many years, you have been trying to speak fluently without success. Now, I will show you some steps which, if you follow, you will be able to speak very fluently, very easily, and confidently. The second part of the title is Learn Actively. This is where we are making mistakes. If we learn in a way which is passive, in a way where we are not involved in the learning, we depend on somebody outside or something outside to teach us, their speaking suffers. If you want to write English or if you want to read or listen to English, listen to English. Always say listen to, not listen English, not, listen lecture or listen video. Listen to, always preposition to is required. So if you listen or if you read or if you write, then you can follow some model and do it easily. But for speaking fluently, learning actively, learning with total involvement, participating actively, these are important. So all those of you who have written the comments, even in the last few days or almost a year back when the channel started, please remember that if you do passive learning, you are not going to improve your speaking. For your speaking to improve, you need to speak, not depend on somebody else speaking. I'll give you an example. In each video, I speak. Therefore, my speaking improves because I'm getting so much practice preparing these hundreds of videos for you. But if you just listen to each of these videos, then you are not going to improve. So today I will tell you how active learning is done. The first step in active learning is your motivation to speak. Now, whenever you write a comment or whenever you say something on the YouTube channel community, I always tell you, please don't say only good morning. Please don't say only thank you. Some of you send hearts and some of you send namaste. That is not enough. You must attempt to write at least 2 or 3 sentences. That is the first step. The motivation to attempt speaking. Unless you motivate yourself to attempt speaking, you are not going to improve. Active learning would mean listen to each video. As I told you, there are more than 250 videos now. Listen to each video. If you want, listen to it many times, not once. And then stop the video and say, what did you learn from the video? How did the video help you to improve? Which means you have to have motivation. There is nobody around you. You are going to talk to yourself. In this way, if you practice using your own vocal cords, here if you touch, you will find there is something moving. Those are your vocal cords. Then you have your mouth, you have your nose, you have tongue, teeth, palate, lips. Then you have soft palate. All these help you to speak. So this is your voice mechanism. Unless you motivate yourself to use that voice mechanism, others speaking to you is not going to help you to improve your fluency. So first step of fluency is motivate yourself. Today after watching the video you say, from tomorrow I'm going to speak in English for 5 minutes. Put a stopwatch or put a timer in your phone or in your clock. Put that 5 minutes timer. Then start speaking. If you do this for a week alone, on your own, on any topic you want, that will be a beginning of your fluency. It's just the first step, motivating yourself, not missing out. Please remember that you should not miss out. You say, oh, today is holiday, today no practice of English. That doesn't help because we have to build one on top of the other. Unless you build one on top of the other, you do not get benefited. So to get real benefit, you must try to build on what you learned yesterday. If you give a 2-day gap, what you learned 2 days back gets lost. You don't get it. You can't remember it. But if you practice immediately tomorrow or morning once, evening once, your ability to improve is that much better because it is what we call cumulative. That means adding. It gets added on. Now we move to the second step. The first step I said is motivation. You have to say, okay, from tomorrow I will speak for 5 minutes to myself. The second step in fluency is not to worry about mistakes which you make. I will prepare another video on this soon and you will know about that. Many of you don't speak because you fear to speak. You say, oh, I made a mistake. Oh, what will happen? I made many mistakes. Or when you speak, you think your mind is blank. The next word doesn't come. You say, oh, you keep thinking. The word doesn't come. So this is the second step. You have to control your mind and say, even if I make 100 mistakes in 5 minutes, I will not stop. I will try to note down my mistakes. You can record yourself and try to correct them. Every time you write in the comment box and you make some mistake, I'm trying my best to correct those mistakes by saying, please note these corrections. Please speak like this or write like this. Are you noticing those comments? Are you learning from those comments? Because unless we make mistakes, we cannot go further. There is a saying in English, failures are the stepping stones to success. So here is a failure, again here there are many failures. So you have to step on each failure. Then you reach success. Failure is here, success is here. Many failures are there like stones. You have to step on each failure. That means you have to take the help of the failures in order to become better. This if you do, then what happens is that you are becoming confident that you won't make mistakes. There will be no fear in your mind. The fear is what is stopping your fluency. So active learning is motivation, control of mind. These two steps I have given you. We allow our mind to dictate us. Then the mind says, you are useless, you are incapable, you can't do anything. Somebody said they are very upset because they have practiced for 1 year and they haven't improved. You are not practicing in a way which will help you to improve. So remember to practice like that. That is the second step. Your mind should cooperate with you in your learning process. That is active involvement. Motivation also you have to do. You have to tell yourself, I must become better. I must practice every day for 5 minutes. Second, you have to control your own mind. Others cannot control it. These days, people easily control your mind. Social media controls your mind. You don't know what to think, how to think. But here I'm telling you, control your own mind. Then we come to the third one, and that is attempting to speak to others. Till now I told you, practice with yourself. You don't need help to practice. I find in some of the video comments, somebody is saying that, will you practice with me? Now that would be wonderful if all of you practice with each other. But please be very careful, because the digital world is full of people who might deceive you. So that person says, give your phone number, give your contact details, and that person does some fraud. So don't bother about it. Practice with people around you. If there is nobody to talk to you, talk to your pet dog. They respond very well. You have pets at home, talk to them. You have children at home, talk to them. Somebody wrote that I'm talking to my son and improving myself. The son might be a baby. I felt so happy when I read that comment. Practice with someone, practice with a person. If that person knows less English than you, no problem. If the person knows more English than you, no problem at all. From a person who knows less, you can learn by the mistakes they make. From a person who knows more, you can look at the correctness and bring it into your speaking. So the third step of active learning is to go on practicing. I'm sure all of you meet somebody or the other in the whole day. Sometimes you might meet 10, 15, 20 people. Can you speak 5 sentences to each of these 10 people? Then you have practiced 50 sentences. Remember point number 2, no fear. Don't get scared. If that person laughs at you saying your English is terrible, take it as a compliment. If your English is very bad, you can improve. If your English is very good, you can improve only little. So don't be angry or don't be upset. Don't be insulted if somebody says that your English is not good. Somebody might stop you from speaking by saying, stop, you're speaking very badly. Don't talk to that person. Talk to another person who is more welcoming, who is willing to help you, who is willing to listen to you even if you make mistakes. Here, talking to strangers is very nice. You get into a bus, or you get into a local train, or you get into a metro, and there you can talk to the person who's sitting next to you or standing next to you. Which station are you going to get off? Where are you going? Where is your office? Simple questions, 3 or 4. In this way, if you find people to practice with, that is called active learning. Don't wait for the perfect situation where you will get a chance to practice. I'm giving you so many videos so that you listen, first point. Many videos have slides, so you read, second point. This makes a foundation. You have a strong foundation for your English because you have listened and you have read. But that is not active learning for fluency in speaking. I'm only talking about speaking fluently today. So if you want to speak fluently, you need to practice to be fluent. First 1 week or 10 days, you struggle. No sentence comes to your mind. You think, what should I say? You can start by saying, I have seen you before. Have we met somewhere? Now it's a stranger. You might have seen that person is familiar. In this way you begin. Some people will not respond. They'll just turn their face and go away. Don't bother. What happens to us is we become very insulted and we feel very hurt. Remember point number 2. Control your mind. Active learning involves this control. Now the fourth and the last step is that when you have motivated yourself, number 1, when you have controlled your fear and lack of confidence, number 2, when you have tried to speak with others after having spoken to yourself, now number 4, how to raise the level of your English. Recently there was a video on simple and difficult words. The same word, a simple form and a difficult form. Many of you have seen it and appreciated it. You have said that you are making sentences. I felt happy when in the comments many people made sentences with the words the tough one and the simple one. What are you doing? You are learning actively. So involvement in what you are doing is step number 4. When you want to become fluent, you not only have to listen and read, but you have to think also. Start thinking. Whenever a thought comes to your mind, you stop and check. Okay, I'm thinking now, what will I eat for dinner today? But I thought in my mother tongue. That's not going to help me. So now let me think the same thought in English. This if you do, you will find that you are able to improve yourself immensely. Your self-improvement comes only when you practice actively. If you do not practice speaking, then you can never speak. It's not possible for you to just listen and become perfectly fluent in speaking. You have to attempt to speak. First, you will speak with a lot of hesitation. When you start speaking, you will stumble over words and sentences. You will find your mind is blank. No words come to your mind. Then you listen some more. Then you read some more. In your mind, all these words come. All these sentences come. They become recorded in your memory. Once you have this record, you can replay that record many times, whenever you want. In many videos, I have given you examples of how to use words, how to use sentences, in what context you should say what. Conversation videos are plenty. You can do that. You can use these videos in order to take your level of active learning higher and higher. But you have to do it yourself. You see the conversation in front of your eyes. You hear it very nicely. Then you close the video and you keep it. No active learning happens. No fluency happens. You see the dialogues, you repeat the dialogues 10 times loudly and clearly, slowly by looking at it first, then closing it and saying it yourself. Try this method and then in the comment box let me know if it is helping you. Those of you who are saying again and again that I cannot speak fluently must watch this video many times. And once you watch this, You must practice the 4 steps. Very simple 4 steps. And once you practice the 4 steps, then you must let me know, not immediately, but later, that yes, these 4 steps have helped me, or this step has helped me more than the other 3 steps. One step is more important for me than the others. In this way, you learn actively, you improve yourself. That is what I would like all of you to do. I hope you will follow these instructions, you will follow these steps, bring them in real life practice, and then let me know how fluent you have become. Especially those of you who are commenting that your speaking is very bad, please follow this for a week or 10 days and immediately write a comment. Thank you and all the best.